In this adventure, we're finally going abroad. We're going to Japan and we're flying with a few friends, but it's going to be Kayla's first flight. So we're going to take you along this adventure and show you all the yummy foods and places to visit, as well as how it is traveling with a child. Let's go. In this video, we're gonna go take you to one of the best seafood markets in the world, Tsukiji Fish Market. We're finally here in Japan, so we're excited to go. It's actually our first day here, so we're up bright and early. Thank you, jet lag. And ready to go eat some delicious fresh fish. Come with us. On the train to Tsukiji Market. It was very crowded because of commuter traffic, but it's kind of easing up now, so not too bad. We should be there in like a few stops. I'm so excited for seafood. Our first stop at the Tsukiji Fish Market. We stopped by this insta-famous Wagyu shop. This is A5 Wagyu sirloin, and it's topped with some uni. Look at that glistening. And it is 5,200 yen. Let's try a bite. My first bite. The Wagyu is so fatty that it almost tastes like buttery, right? And it's so tender, even though it's sirloin. So then like with the fattiness of the Wagyu and like the uni, it almost tastes like uni butter. That is incredible. And this one is just their like grilled shrimp, but look how juicy and plump it looks. It doesn't look overcooked. And this is 700 yen. Yeah, so the shrimp has like a really sweet and like salty flavor. It is so tender and plump. It is like perfectly cooked. This is our first stop in like this huge market. There's like the outer market and the inner market. And the original fish market actually moved to Tosoyu, but they still have a lot of the vendors and like the street food here. So we're excited to eat more, but this was like a great first stop. Our next stop is getting some oysters. So they have these like ginormous oysters that are like the size of my hand. And they're about 800 yen, I think. And I've missed this. I remember eating it a few years back when we came here to Tsukiji. So I'm excited to have it again. So look at the size of this oyster. It's like literally the size of my hand. It's ginormous. This is gonna be very, very difficult, but here we go. It's one piece, but like definitely like more than one bite. It's a little briny. A hint of lemon is really good that we sprinkled on. It's so meaty and sweet. It's such a good bite of oceany goodness. So we stopped by. This looks so yummy. It's like a corn something, fried corn something. Fish cake, yes.
I tried that too. I got your arm.
Oishi. Could see the flaky fish meat in there, and it's embedded with some corn. And the corn's very, very sweet. It is so good. It like almost tastes like a regular like fish, not like a fish cake. That's how fresh you know, like that's how you know it's like a fresh fish, like freshly made fish cake from scratch. It is so tasty. We also had to try and get some strawberries. There are some special ones like the white strawberries and like these other special strawberries that are like really expensive. They're like probably like 20 bucks for like 6 of them. But these are just like the quote unquote regular strawberries, but they're still so pretty. This was 800 yen. That's so sweet. That's so yummy. Oh wow. They're like not oversized like the ones that you find in American grocery stores either. Wow. That was so good. We're gonna go look for some tamago next, and I think we really want to find some tuna too. Kyle braved the long line at the tamago place that's like pretty popular and famous to get me the tamago, which is like an egg that's like cooked in layers basically. It's almost like a scrambled egg, but like better. And they mix it with like some dashi, which is a seafood, like a kombu base, seaweed base. Let's try it, it's still hot. Oh wow. Oh wow. So it is very sweet, the egg. It almost reminds me of a dessert, but you get like that strong flavor from the kombu dashi. It is so flavorful. I am actually shocked. I don't think I've ever had tamago with this deep of a flavor. I'd highly recommend getting more of these next time. But I saw a beef grilled beef tongue place that like caught my eye, so I really want to try one of that too. All right, The beef tongue has been procured. It looks so, it's like glistening. I'm so excited to try it. Mmm! Oh, it's so yummy! They seasoned it perfectly. It's super, super tender. Mmm. Wow. It's totally worth it. It was, I think, 1,000 yen, was it? It's a little under 10 bucks, but it was so tender and delicious. I haven't had beef tongue this good in a long time. Now on to our final mission, finding some delicious tuna. So our search for some tuna out in the market has failed. There's like a place that's like pretty popular and they weren't taking any new customers. And then the other places that sold Toro, which is like the fatty tuna, were sold out. So we decided to come to Sushizanmai. There's actually several locations. And so we're at one of the locations and we decided to just order our tuna here. And so we're excited to try it. Yeah, this place is very, very popular, but there's multiple locations, so you can kind of find like which one works best for you. And you can order like on a tablet, and so it has like the menu here. You get an idea of what they have. And they also serve alcohol, so if you need a break from your tablet like we do, it might come in handy. So we ordered some chirashi bowls, but we also ordered some items a la carte. So this is the childhood favorite of Kyle's. This is the cucumber kappamaki. This one is a negitoro, or like a minced tuna with green onions. This one is a scallop hand roll. Let's dig in. Some of the a la carte items that we ordered are here. This is the Chutoro or Otoro. This is like the really, really fatty tuna. You could tell like it's kind of falling apart. And then this is Chutoro, which is medium fatty. And then here is the scallops. And this one's yellowtail. And this one I think is flounder. And then this one is the ikura, which is like the salmon roe. I think I'm gonna just start with the medium fatty tuna. Let's try this. Comes with wasabi on it. You could, I think when you order, you can ask for them to not have any. It's so tender and it like coats the inside of your mouth. Oh, that's so good. I'm gonna save the otoro for last, but maybe I'll try the yellowtail. Very sweet. The sushi rice here is so good and like flavorful. Like you don't even have to like worry about like the amount of wasabi or whatever. This one is one of my personal favorites, which is like scallop. Scallop is very delicate and like light in flavor, so you kind of don't want to go like crazy with the soy sauce. That's so good. It has like an inherent sweetness and super tender. Wow. And to finish it off, I'm just gonna have some ginger. And last but not least, you can't forget about the super fatty tuna. So good. The color is also like really like pink because of all the like fat that's like marbled in to the meat of the tuna. Oh my gosh, it's so buttery. And like a lot of places in like the US, because it's like frozen, they'll like thaw it and get it to the perfect temperature. But I think because here they're sourcing it directly, I don't think they have to freeze it, or they have it like at the perfect temperature. It's not too cold, so like the fat really melts in your mouth. Yum. All right, this is the seafood chirashi that I got. Chirashi is basically like a sushi rice bowl. So they use sushi rice as the base and top it with, this one's like an assorted fish. This one looks like a sea eel. There's like some tuna and this I think might be yellowtail and some sweet shrimp, ikura, some tamago. And it's one of my favorite things to get at a sushi place. Mainly if the sushi rice is good. So, and this is only like 2,100 yen, which is like less than 20 US dollars, which is crazy cheap. I'm gonna try a bite with some tuna, some rice. I love this. The rice is so good. And the ikura balls are like the best because they like pop and like give you more like sea, like ocean saltiness in every bite. So it like balances out like some of the sweet flavors in here. Low-key, one of my favorite pieces of sushi too is like the sweet shrimp. It's like a raw piece of shrimp. I'm gonna dip it in some soy sauce. Sweetness is so good. It's very tender. If you've never had it, I highly recommend it. They give you the shrimp head to suck out, which is like really cool if you're into that. Super shrimpy. Overall, really good. This is located in Tsukiji Market, so you know they get the best ingredients. But also, if you don't fill up, there's also more food that you can get outside. I loved all the food here. My favorite item is probably the Wagyu with the uni. I think we just started off the day so strong, but like everything that I had was so delicious. It's definitely worth the hype. We're here on a Monday, and we got here around like 8 something, and it was already like crowded. So just make sure you plan to get here early, even on weekdays. Weekends, I'm sure, are even worse. So just plan accordingly, but it's totally worth braving the crowds and standing in some of those long lines for some of those foods. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see you